Everyone said we'd get our PSA marriage certificate in 3 to 6 months, but we actually got ours a week after filing, and here's how we did it. Hi everyone, it's Danny, your digital nomad bestie and 2026 bride, and we actually just got our PSA marriage certificate literally 2 weeks after the wedding, and I don't think it was just luck because there are things that we did even before the wedding to ensure we wouldn't have to wait for 3 to 6 months for our PSA marriage certificate. And if you've been following our French-Filipino marriage journey, or if you're marrying a French citizen yourself, you'll know that the next step after wedding, after the CCAM, would be the transcription to France. And to avoid unnecessary delays from the PSA, here's everything that we did. So the process actually started way before we got married. I knew that we needed to get our PSA marriage certificate quickly because it's one of the requirements for the transcription process at the French embassy. And so I wrote an endorsement letter to the San Fernando City Civil Registrar, and the letter basically just explained who we are and why we need our PSA marriage certificate, and that it was required for our French marriage transcription. And for us, this is actually what we submitted, of course printed, but basically you can see the date, the address of the local city civil register in San Fernando, Pampanga, of course greetings, and basically we're just writing to ask for help. We said who we are and why we needed our PSA marriage paperwork. I said in this letter, in relation to this, we respectfully request that our marriage record be endorsed and transmitted to the PSA at the soonest possible time once registered, as the PSA issued marriage certificate will be required for the transcription and recognition of our marriage before the French authorities and for related civil administrative requirements in France. And to end it, we just said, we sincerely appreciate your time, understanding, and assistance regarding this matter, and thank you very much. So that's what this letter included. And aside from this letter, we also submitted photocopies of our passport or any valid ID. But for me and Jan, we included a photocopy of our passports where we signed 3 times. And also, just to back up your claim that this PSA marriage certificate is needed for the French embassy, we also submitted a copy of the marriage transcription form from the French embassy's website, clearly stating that one of the requirements is a PSA issued marriage certificate. Because if you're going to make claims that you need it, you have to back it up with proof. So yeah, we gave all these documents to our marriage officiant, our pastor, even before we got married. We actually gave it to him, I think, a few days before we got married. And we also told him that if there are any fees that needs to be paid, if he could kindly just pay it and then we would reimburse it to him. But of course, I feel like this is also still case-to-case basis because our pastor, of course, is our church pastor and he's a great family friend. So it was so easy to ask him for this favor. So I guess you just really have to talk to your officiant and ask him nicely, or her, to do these things for you because this is really, really helpful. And actually, we had a little bit of a delay because we got married May 23, but we needed to redo our marriage contract, so we had to sign again. But a few days after our wedding, we went on our honeymoon, so we had a bit of a delay. So once everything was settled, our pastor actually filed for our marriage certificate on June 1. But also that very day that he filed, he actually paid, I think it was 200 pesos to the San Fernando City Civil Register for them to expedite the transmission process to our regional PSA in San Fernando, Pampanga. So this is the document that we got. It has our name and everything. And I want to be transparent because a lot of things actually worked in our favor. For example, we married in San Fernando City, and so the San Fernando City Hall needed to transmit our document to Region 3 PSA, which also includes where we live in Bulacan. But the good thing is, Region 3 PSA is just a few blocks over from San Fernando City Hall. It's in the same city in San Fernando, Pampanga. So it just means that if your city of filing and your regional PSA are in different cities, your timeline could just be a little different. So also, I'm not saying that this is something that will guarantee you'll get your PSA marriage certificate in a week, but this is just what worked for us. And I'm just saying these are the preparations that I did personally before our wedding. Because for us, it wasn't luck. It was just me planning, doing a lot of research, writing our endorsement letter, and in a way, hoping for the best. And also, let's not forget all the kind people who helped us get to this point. And yeah, this is actually the very first part of our French marriage transcription journey. If you want to know what's next or what's going to be in our transcription dossier, don't forget to follow, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye!